Aren't you like a social media like?
It's not my life's passion.
So I'm gonna start with the color blue. I don't know where I'm headed, but that's just what the spirit is saying to me right now. Oh, also maybe because I'm wearing blue. I don't know.
Last time I painted, let me show you the last painting I painted.
Okay.
The last painting I painted, I liked it. It was cute, but I don't know why I painted like the focal object before the background.
Okay.
And so I ended up having to like go around and then go over it. But like I managed to do it.
Let me see.
But really painting in that way is just so silly. Okay, I don't have a picture of my own painting by itself, but my friend also painted me, but this is my painting.
Is this you?
Yeah.
That's cold. Will you send that to me?
Yeah.
Cool. That's cold. I love side profile pictures. It's something I've been like literally. I'll show you. I was about to show you on my phone. Let's actually get into Rua though.
Yeah. What
How
of
did
it?
that come about? Did you say whatever?
No, I said what of it.
Oh, I was like, what is going on today? How did you? I think it was a few days ago. I realized that you got that from your last name.
This is my middle name, actually.
Your middle name.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
Exposed.
Yeah. Exposed.
Irua is in fact my middle name and not my surname. But I thought it was punchier.
Rua Studios.
Yeah, I took the I off because I just felt like no one would be able to pronounce it. Even I myself, I think as a child, I wasn't very good at pronouncing my own name. It's also just not very nice to people who like have speech impediments.
Yeah.
I think of like Sierra Leonean people and like with their R's, they're not very good at saying R's anyway. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's not Nigerian, so
no, I mean
a Sierra Leonean name.
No, it is
Nigerian.
Yeah.
Irua.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Irua is the name of a town in Benin.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
The town has got a whole story and stuff, but the way it's spelled is not. It's spelled like Irrua. But then Irua is also actually the name of a sun god in I think some Polynesian cultures, which I think is kind of lit. And then also Irua. So the great thing about Irua is I came to learn as I was trying to get a better understanding of what my name means. That like it actually exists in so many different cultures and languages, which I think is very fitting for what Rua exists.
Is your birthday January 1st?
No, it's December 31st.
Oh, fair enough. So you're Capricorn too.
Yeah.
My birthday is December 24th.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Where have you been? I've done a little bit of like astrology research and stuff because I genuinely find like certain like different belief systems very interesting. Okay. And like obviously like true astrology is actually much more popular in the East than it is over here. What they're doing over here is not like it ain't nothing serious.
This is dished with.
This is astrology light. Like
astrology dished with capitalism.
This exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
This is like when you wash the dishes, it's like the water that's left after you wash the dishes. That's what the astrology over here is like.
So yeah, you are half Nigerian, half Sierra Leonean. Sierra Leonean on your mom's or dad's?
On my mom.
Yeah. What was that like growing up? Because me, I was born like both Nigerian parents, so it's like one culture in the household, same state, same tribe.
Because my father is a Pan-Africanist, it was very much like we are African. Africa is we. Like
I like that.
It wasn't like in my home. I didn't really necessarily feel like there was any sort of like anything to notice.
Okay.
Like growing up as well. Like
yeah,
my mom would speak Creole and my dad would speak Pidgin. But like the Creole that my mom was speaking was like Anglified Creole, right?
Okay.
So I think I grew up genuinely thinking that like, oh, Creole is quite like Pidgin, and like I also couldn't tell the difference between Creole and Pidgin.
Okay.
I've come to find out as I've had more Sierra Leonean experiences that Creole is in fact not a Pidgin, and if people speak proper Creole around me, I actually may not understand as much as I thought I did.
Yeah.
But I think it was fine. I think listen, what you've asked me is a great question, but there's so much external context that would be included in my answer that matters, like the fact that I grew up in
The UK.
Ireland. Yeah.
You're Irish.
No, I just grew up there. My brother's Irish though.
Slay.
But I grew up in
Do you have an Irish
spent the
passport?
most of my no, I spent the most of my childhood in Ireland.
Okay.
I moved there when I was around 3. My brother was born there. And I lived there for 10 years.
Okay. 10?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So like there's that added layer of like, to be honest with you, I didn't necessarily grow up around that many black people or Africans at all to begin with.
Okay. I do hear there are a lot of Nigerians in Ireland though.
People say that, but like there are Nigerians everywhere, first of all.
Sure.
If you go anywhere and you meet black people, what's the likelihood that they're not going to be Nigerian?
Sure.
Doesn't Nigeria literally has the largest black population in the world? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, scary. It does.
I think so.
The Nigerians who I did know, to be quite honest with you, like I feel like of Nigerians and Sierra Leoneans, I definitely prefer Sierra Leoneans.
I was gonna say, do you resonate more with your Nigerian side or your Sierra Leonean side?
I probably feel more connected to my Sierra Leonean side if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
But even that side has got like very specific.
Yeah.
Thing as well, like my mom grew up in a francophone country, so it's like there's this bizarre francophone essence and culture that exists within my immediate family.
Yeah.
Even though we don't actually come from like any African francophone countries. It's just that my mom grew up in Belgium and her siblings grew up there as well. And so
it just came
like she taught me and my brother French. Yeah.
Do you still know how to speak?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah. And like I have cousins there. Like we used to go there for like summers, like so like at least every other year, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
My African identity is a bit bizarre. Moving here was very weird because it's like people immediately like put you in this box. You see in Ireland, like you're just African. Well, here, so like I was saying about there being Nigerians in Ireland, they're all in Dublin, but I didn't live in Dublin. I didn't even live in a city.
Where'd you live?
I lived in a town called Tuam in the westernmost county, which is called Galway.
Okay, I know Galway.
So Galway has a city.
You know how I learned about Galway?
Ed Sheeran, I bet. The damage that man has done.
So I'm not that special.
That unforgivable damage. No, unfortunately you're not. But yeah. Please. So I grew up in Galway.
Yeah.
Not Galway. I grew up in Tuam, which is a small town. Well, in terms of surface area, it's actually a pretty big town, but in terms of population, it's very small.
Yeah.
And so it's like this thing of like being African is like you weren't even specifically from anywhere. You're just African because like everybody else is Irish or white. Like obviously, I'm not going to say obviously, actually, that's not true. I think people assume a lot that experiences growing up in Ireland would have been extremely racist, but I feel like I have more outright racist experiences here, than I ever have in Galway. Maybe it's because I was a child and people generally aren't necessarily horrible. It's usually only other children who are absolutely horrible to children.
Yeah.
So coming here is kind of like, oh, people hear my name and they're just like, oh, you're Nigerian, Yoruba. And I'm like, I am, but like this whole thing of like people identifying me as Yoruba before I've even like opened my mouth
to say
it's weird for me.
Yeah.
It feels invalidating almost.
Okay.
Because the name is obviously a signifier, but like I don't necessarily feel like that is all that I am.
Yeah.
But I usually don't like to sympathize with like mixed race people who excuse some of their bizarre behaviors with like, oh, growing up I was too black for the blacks and too white for the blacks and too black for the whites. And so it's like I don't actually know how to act like a normal human being with anyone. Wah wah wah. And you're like 25 years old. Like hello. There aren't only black and white people in the world. And second of all, what's that got to do with like your behavior today? You know? But what I will say is I understand how it can be invalidating feeling like you've been brought up a certain way with like certain values that may not even necessarily echo the background that you're supposed to be from, but because people have heard your name and they identify you with this group of people, they're like, she's like this, and it's like
and they're already immediate markers like, oh yeah, she's probably this, she's probably that, and it's like,
Exactly. And that's how it was when I moved to Leicester, right? When I moved to London, it was actually a different kettle of fish because I didn't know about these like rich Lagosian kids. Like I didn't know that these people even existed. I'll be so real.
Okay.
So coming here, having the accent that I have, and then the fact that I have a Yoruba name, people start being like, "What school did you go to?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't know what school I went to." And they're like, "No, like I do." And I'm like, "You don't."
They thought you were from Lagos.
And they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, like I didn't go to private school. Like I'm actually a normal person. I'm actually a regular person, guys. My accent is not like." My accent's not an amalgamation of like international experiences that I had at school.
Yeah.
Or like fake. I'm sorry, because some people are faking their accents.
Yeah.
I have always sounded like this.
I remember when people told me that, oh yeah, in the UK, Nigerians used to pretend to be Caribbean.
Oh my god, this whole Jamaican thing, like
I met a 15-year-old.
People genuinely used to pretend. I knew people who pretended to be Jamaican, and they weren't even Nigerian. I'm not gonna say his name, but I know one guy. He told me he was Jamaican and he had locks and everything. The guy's Kenyan.
Kenyan is crazy.
I was
Do you
like,
know who I blame in all of this? I blame Kofi Kingston. Like, if you know,
because he was faking. Faking being Jamaican.
He said he was Jamaican. The guy's name was Kofi. It was right there. Honestly, it was right there. How did we even miss that? It was right there.
I thought you could be named anything and from anywhere.
Nah, real though. It was right there.
There's a time in my life where I just thought you could have certain names. Like, like if your parents like the name, like
I love that.
Having a Yoruba name doesn't make you Yoruba. Like you could just name anyone anything.
I love that names though the older I get, the more aware I am of how much I like that names put you to a place.
You think so?
I think maybe because I grew up, because I fit the checks of all my name and my identity in the same checkbox.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like maybe that's why I like it, because obviously, yes, I'm Igbo, yes, I'm Nigerian, yes, I was born and raised there. So it's like when someone says Kelechi, you're Igbo, and I'm like, yes, I am actually. I think for me it's because that's what I identify with. I think, but I see what you're saying, like not identifying with that and people already putting that on you. That must just be, give me a chance.
I mean, I love the idea.
Yeah. But it's just not you.
I love the idea of your name telling a story about who you are.
Yeah.
But like my name, I don't necessarily feel tells the whole story of who I am. Only my middle name is not Yoruba name. And it's like I have a whole Sierra Leonean parent. My brother's middle name is he has a Sierra Leonean middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the middle name. I think we've traveled so far.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
It came from Rua.
How did that come about? Rua Studios, period.
Such a great story. I think in my life there have just always been lots of things that I wanted to do and I didn't necessarily have an outlet or a platform to do them on. Like when I was in college, I used to have a blog, but that was called Light in the Dark, something completely different.
Yeah.
Maybe signifying that I was in a dark place, which I absolutely was when I started that blog. But that blog
was called Light in the Dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just about like music and fashion. I just wrote about music and fashion stuff.
Is it still up?
It is, but I mean, all the stuff on there is quite old now because I don't really put anything up anymore.
No, like at least you yourself still have access to it.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think my most famous articles were a review of Tyler the Creator's Igor album when it came out. I did a review of Rihanna's first Fenty, like Maison Fenty collection.
So then 2016 core.
A few people kind of read me. I think a couple of people may have even mentioned it to my dad, and I may have gotten a couple of comments on the site about like being overly negative about the collection and stuff and like not having a real understanding of certain things. Lo and behold, after that collection, the doors of Maison Fenty closed, didn't they? So I always wanted outlets for things that I wanted to do, and I always had these fanciful ideas of things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Had no idea how you did them, who the kinds of people were that you worked with to make these things happen, and so I just left that at that, really. But for many years while I was in school, I did tell my friends, like, I want to write a book. I remember, like, when I was on one of my older trips to Belgium, I told I actually told both of my uncles that I wanted to write a graphic novel.
Okay.
About what? Naturally, I didn't have the answer. I just liked the idea of writing
a graphic novel.
And then, time passed. I was like I was like an English kid, humanities, but definitely English. I studied English at A level.
What do you study in uni?
Journalism. So yeah, during that period of my life, things sort of shifted, and I realized while I feel I am creative in many ways, I don't necessarily think my creativity comes from like creative writing. Like I can write creatively, but like I don't want to write fiction. I like what's happening in the world now, and I like putting that across in a creative way.
Yeah.
So
That's a good way to describe it.
yeah,
That's a very good way to describe it.
I like using creative words to make the things that already exist in our lives feel more fanciful and more fantastical.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the idea of having to like create an entire new world just to tell a story. Like I feel like the world that we have is enough.
Yeah.
That's not me saying there's anything wrong with creative writing, but when it comes to like
Your
my
side of
artistry,
it,
quote unquote, that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And so during that period of time, I started to realize that maybe I actually didn't want to write a graphic novel. And then some time passed. I went to uni. I was doing some its and bits and stuff. None of it was Ruhr related.
Yeah.
But I was just sort of discovering London, discovering things that I was interested in, discovering people, meeting people, going places I'd never been before.
Mm-hmm.
Being a uni student, but also, I'm not gonna lie, I was being a better uni student than a lot of people. Some people really came to uni and they just stayed in uni. Oh, I was outside every day.
Honestly,
I was missing all my classes, and at the end of the year, I get this email like I need to come to this night where they'll be giving out certificates, and I'm like, I haven't gone to any of my classes. And then they gave me a certificate for academic achievement, and that's when I was like, this uni thing is such a piss. Like, it's actually such a piss take. So I mean, I was gallivanting the whole time.
which uni did you go?
City.
UCL?
No, nobody knows what City is though. I think people in journalism know what City is because City is very well known for
journalism.
well renowned for journalism.
Okay, cool.
And Bayes. It's connected to Bayes Business School, if you know that.
Bayes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's in Islington. It's like it's tucked away in the back.
I can't imagine being a student in London. That must have been so expensive.
It was, but
oh my god.
But I won't deny that it was a great time.
I'm sure it was a great time.
People always complain.
I'm sure it was a great time.
Oh, like we don't get the campus uni experience, and it's like, well, you need to go out and we don't get the campus uni experience, no, but like we also don't have like the terrible experience of like living in a uni town that doesn't have anything going on, and there's one shoddy club, and there's like nothing happening. Like there's so much happening here, really and truly.
Uni
go outside.
I did 2 uni towns, and while like for me, York will always be this sacred place. Like I want to go there again, visit, just spend like a weekend.
York does look like quite picturesque.
It is very picturesque. It is such a vibe. I didn't appreciate it more until like my final year.
Yeah.
But I would have taken schooling in London over staying in New York. It's a small, beautiful city, but I would. What are you saying? Like I would definitely take life in London.
I hear you. Yeah. So yeah, then my third year, I was determined to take a year out. I felt I was too poor to go on a year abroad.
Yeah.
So I did a placement year at a very massive tech company called Oracle. Anyone who's in tech will know about it. It's B2B. But yeah, I was there. While I was there, I was suffering.
I can imagine.
I was suffering, but I was also making more money than I had ever made in my life in a single year. I saved so much money. I went on like 5 holidays and 2 extra trips that year.
That's a vibe.
And I met 2 amazing girls. Shout out Grace and Jazz. We went on holiday together. We're still friends now. Love them so much, honestly.
That's beautiful.
I also met a bunch of losers. I won't name you by name, but if you ever see this video, you know who you are.
I know who you're talking about.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. This is from my internship. You don't.
Oh, but do you know who I think of?
I know who you think you're talking about.
Okay. Shout out you too.
Shout out for what?
No shout out needed.
No, but like you have to do something to like earn the shout out.
Earn the shout out. Fair enough.
Something that's not literally psychotic. I had been telling my friend Alea that I want to write a book.
Yeah.
I remember telling her in April of 2023.
Yeah.
And she was like, just do it. I was like, oh, I don't even know what I'd do it on. Prior to this, basically, during lockdown, let me not say this whole Black Lives Matter thing, but that's what we all call it, really. We're Black people here. We all call it like this whole Black Lives Matter thing that was happening because it was like BLM became like basically the whole world.
Yeah.
Suddenly people cared about diversity and representation in media, and in the workplace and all this other stuff, and people were calling out their workplaces for all the problematic things that they've done. Really and truly, like George Floyd, the unfortunate death of George Floyd basically catalyzed all of that. We know
Yeah.
this.
He did change the world.
No, it literally changed the trajectory of the world. During all of that,
Yeah.
and having all that time,
Yeah.
I mean, I was sort of already interested in fashion. I always loved fashion. That's why, my blog was about fashion and music.
Yeah.
I had started forming this list of Black-owned brands, just like all over the world.
Okay.
I just felt like, I wanted to like shop with them more, but like, how would you shop with them if you don't know them? The list was becoming very long. This started when I was in college.
Yeah.
Then, while I was on my year out, I started working with this wonderful stylist whose name is Felicia Brown. Shout out Felicia. She also changed the trajectory of my life. And she is the founder of a platform called Our Maison, which is basically about platforming Black fashion, Black designers, accessory designers, all that good stuff. So I started working with her, doing her social media.
That's lovely.
I got to grow the list even more.
Yeah.
The list was already quite vast, but I got to grow it even more, delve into more brands. I had shared with her my interest in styling as well. So she by way of her, I basically had some of my first experiences like on set at shoots and stuff. And then also like she put on a couple of different London Fashion Week events and stuff. I got to be involved in that. I got to work with Shu. I got to work with ASOS. So it's just really cool, to be honest with you. Really great experience that I got from her. And yeah, shortly after I had that conversation with my friend in April about how I wanted to write a book, I was like, I'm going to do it.
So
I'm going to make a coffee table book.
That experience was what kind of like...
The book, Threaded, is the name of the book.
Yeah.
Threaded existed before Rua. I always knew that some way, somehow I wanted to do things, but I didn't know if I was going to do it under my name or something else.
Yeah.
And even when it came to Threaded, I was like, I don't want this to be like a thing by Kemi. It needs to be more than this.
Yeah.
Everyone's different, but when it comes to me, I don't believe in like creative expression or things just for the sake of them. Yeah. I think that's especially why I wanted to be a journalist, because I'm interested in telling stories that exist and that might not have been told anyway.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I've seen you just define yourself in multiple, like in different situations as a storyteller, period. So like...
That's the one thing that rings true.
Yeah.
Even when I was a liar, I was a storyteller.
Liars tell stories.
Now the stories I'm telling are true. So basically, I suddenly like committed myself. I don't know why, but I suddenly was like, I'm going to have the largest directory of Black-owned brands that you've ever seen. Mind you, up till now, even though I said the directory would be made public, I haven't made it public. But there's like...
Why not though?
Because I did it on Notion.
Okay.
And I felt like I needed to like translate it into a way that was more just like name, location, link. The way I had organized it was like tailored to me and how I would want to have
how you would digest it.
Exactly. So I felt like it wasn't necessarily like it wasn't in a place that I could put it out into the public, but it had like over 200 brands from all over the world, African brands, US brands, Canadian brands, Spanish, French, obviously British, Australian.
That must be such a long list.
It was honestly such a vast list. Like when people now will still ask me like, oh, like, do you know any Black-owned brands for this? And I'll genuinely open up that directory, and because of the way I've organized it, I can click into like women's wear UK, and it will show me like a bunch of women's wear brands in the UK.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I haven't updated it in a bit. I haven't updated it in maybe a year, so there's probably way more brands that could be added now. Yeah. But that is to say that it all started with that list. And then I was like, I would really like to put some of the brands in that list into a book so that other people could get to know the brands. That's truly where it came from. It was never a thing of like, I want to write something. Which I find so interesting, because I think for a long part of my life, I thought one of the only things I was good at was writing. Yeah. And even then, I'm not entirely sure I'm that good at it.
You're amazing. I'm not like... Thank you for bringing that up so that I can knock that nonsense down. You are fantastic as a writer. I've read your work. And the one I read when I was coming here was the Leon Thomas one. But we'll get to that whole thing further down the line. But like, yeah, you write really well. I think with that particular piece, I love the timings of when you insert yourself and when you remove yourself from the piece. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very self-centered, so I would like, if I write something like that, I'll be like, and then I smile, and then I did. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm joking, but I'm dead ass.
You know what's so funny about what you said? I used to hate doing that, actually.
Inserting yourself?
Yeah, I used to never like have myself in it. I used to think it was wrong.
Yeah.
To have your, I used to think that like writing in the first person, it from a creative perspective, I used to think writing from the first person was lazy.
Really?
I realized from the journalistic perspective that it's like actually, well, you know what it is? It's like books that I read that were written in the first person would always be like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, like Dork Diaries.
Yeah.
Like it's just like more fun and silly, but it's like serious books like a Harry Potter series and stuff. It's like they're written in the third person.
I feel like every creative has that dilemma of like wanting to be serious.
Where yeah, I
And
just
it's
want it
like
to be taken seriously.
taken seriously. I
And
know
like
what you mean.
seem mature, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I actually will come to it as well. But I did an interview piece for a different publication, and they basically, the editor came back to me and was like, oh, like it'd be nice if you like inserted yourself in there a little bit, said the things, the sights that you're seeing. And I was like, oh, like that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And since she told me that, now I've genuinely taken it on and like
It's a
put it
very
in everything
beautiful
I
thing.
do.
And especially knowing when to like release. Because when I read things, I like to see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And feel like you're there.
Yes. So I think you did a very good job because I watched the interview first.
Yeah.
Before I read the piece.
Yeah.
So when I was reading it, I was like remembering everything I've watched already. It was like, okay, so this is what she meant. Like everything, like especially how you describe the place, describe his reactions and everything. You're a fantastic writer.
Thank you.
Is that your most comfortable? Because obviously, you're a creative director.
Am I?
Right. Yes, you are. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're a creative director.
I self-describe as a writer and story. I say writer in spaces where saying storyteller wouldn't be cringe.
Okay.
It's definitely a bit cringe.
Yeah. Well, you are a creative director though. You've done stuff.
I mean, I've definitely directed the creative on things before. I don't know if that necessarily means I can call myself a creative director yet, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with feeling like I need to earn saying
Fair
that
enough.
title.
Okay, but you've done
something that would make me feel like I've achieved something.
You've done things.
Yes.
Creative directorly.
Yes, I've directed creatives before. I've directed the creative and created
directed.
Yes.
So you've done that.
Yeah.
You DJ.
I do.
You write.
I do.
What else do you do?
When I can, I style.
You style.
I don't get to too often, but
yeah,
as and when I can.
You curate events. I mean, I've been to some.
I mean, some might argue the answer is yes. I would like to do it more.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to do that more.
Yeah.
I love bringing things together.
It's always a fun time when you do that.
Oh, thank you.
It's always a fun time. And I love to eat all your snacks. That's the best part of it.
I think snacks are such an important thing.
Do you know, like, you are the one that introduced me into crisps and guacamole and salsa? I had never taken that in my life.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a sad life that you've been living up until now.
Honestly, I agree.
Naturally, I stole it from South Americans. Naturally. Well, I don't think it's stealing as much as it is a beautiful thing that they came up with.
They share,
you know,
with the world.
Tortilla chips and guac and salsa. Obviously, they're just great. But yeah, that's so. Rua started with Threaded. Before Rua, there was Threaded, which was a coffee table book that I decided was just going to feature the stories of like a bunch of Black-owned brands. And the reason I wrote it is not because I felt like, oh, I must write this. It was just because as someone who loves writing and journalism, I also know that like it's not easy and it takes a lot of time and research. And I didn't have money to pay anyone, so I was like, well, I'll do it myself. In the future, I do plan on doing more volumes of Threaded. Yeah. In the future, I'd love to be able to commission people.
That'll be cool.
To insert their pieces. And even though over time brands will come and go, it's just like something else that was important to me, which is part of the foundations of Rua is documentation as a whole. Yeah. Because I felt like for some of the brands that are part of the list, there's just not much documentation there. There's so much happening in and around us.
Sharing their stories.
And yeah, and journalistically speaking, I think from certain perspectives, like people only really take things in when they're like massive. And it's like, isn't there so much beauty in documenting something as it happens, as it grows,
Yeah.
cultural moments as and when they happen, instead of only looking at them retrospectively
Yeah.
once they're over, you know? It's
Yeah.
like with the death of Anjali Tally, for example. I have his book on my phone as well,
That's lovely.
but I haven't finished reading it.
Hmm.
But with his death, I feel came a whole load of, oh, he did this and he did that and he did this, but like it's like when he was alive last week, like we weren't talking about these things. I was, so I was thinking about them.
Yeah.
I find him to be a very inspiring individual. But yeah, that is all to say that I think documentation as and when is important. I think meeting people where they're at is important. I don't think that,
Waiting for them to become this thing.
yeah,
I
it
agree with
really
you.
bothers me, in fact. I think sometimes we have conversations about like who would be a good person for this and who would be a good person for that, and it's like, oh, they're not big enough yet. Obviously the whole followers, the with the usage of social media, the followers thing has become a much more important part of storytelling, but
Yeah.
that's not what Rua is about. Or Rua is rebellious in that capacity, I guess. If that's the direction that the rest of the world is moving in, then we're actively pushing back against it. And, you know, it may make us no money. Thank goodness Rua is not meant to be a money making machine. Anyway, music was my first love. So I think my favorite creative endeavor is actually DJing, because it's the one thing that I do that I purely just love every time I do it.
Yeah.
Even though when you see me right after I DJ, I may even be on the edge of tears because I feel like I haven't done well enough. But
really, I
yeah.
think you're fantastic. There was this like mix you did at the embargo thing. I think it was with Dylan something. I can't remember particularly, but your transitions eat. And oh my god, remember having that conversation where it was like you like having fun with it as opposed to like we're talking about how you hated how functions are getting so dull, and it's like make it fun again,
Yeah, I
make it
think,
sexy
oh my
again.
God, you should have been on my last set,
When's the
honestly.
next one?
I'll invite you.
Okay, Slay.
But, you know, people, when I mean, I often don't tell people I DJ that much because it's like,
Why?
or I don't say like, I am a DJ, because I feel like I don't have any right to define myself by something that, like, in a career sense, you could say I don't take it seriously. I do take it seriously, obviously, because like I said, like, I get genuinely upset after some sets when I feel like I haven't like
Done
been
enough.
great,
Yeah.
because I want to be great,
Yeah.
because I love music.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't necessarily have the right to say I'm a DJ.
You are a DJ.
But what I will say is
Tell me.
that whenever I have told people that I DJ, one of the first things they would ask me is, "Oh, what do you play?" And like, I definitely agree that like people should be allowed to pick a niche,
Yeah.
and pick a thing that they're good at.
Yeah.
I also think people should be allowed to not do that, and
Okay.
it not be like a whole thing.
Yeah.
I think I've seen so many, like I've spoken to other DJs who are more established, and I was like, you know, like I'm trying to be like more in this, and I feel like I'm just like stopping short, and I don't understand why. And they would tell me like, you need to find your niche. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't
I've
want
heard
to
that
find
so
my
many times,
niche.
even just like a creative period. I remember when like I was advised, sorry to cut you, I
No.
was like, I was advised to pick a niche.
We're both
Pick
fighting English today.
Guy, English is hard. I'm shouting, English is hard. But yeah, like pick a niche and I want niche. And I'm like, but I don't wanna.
Like I don't.
I don't want to. I
What if
don't
I'm not? I don't feel like I myself am niche. People keep asking me. I keep getting asked at work like, oh, what subculture do I fall into? And it's like, I like streetwear, I like fashion, I like music. I feel like I'm a
yeah.
regular teenager.
Yeah.
I'm 23 years old, but let's say for argument's sake.
No, that's how I feel too. I feel like I started producing and people have known me to be a chatterbox for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like I've just always like just stayed and told myself this is just gonna be it. But it's like sometimes I wonder like surely there's more to me. Is this a different shade of blue?
What?
Is this blue different from this blue?
No, it's the same blue.
It's not the
It's
same
just
blue.
it's just a new layer, my dear.
Oh shit.
Where would the blue be? You can't. There's no other blue.
Oh, okay. Anyways, as I was saying, I feel like feeling stuck to one thing, like radio, I just always thought like that would just only be it. I mean, I think I'd still do radio. I'm not doing it right now. But like even with the content I was doing in radio, it was like it just felt like I needed to stick to one thing. And it's like, nah, I'm a multi-dimensional, multidisciplinary artist.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So back to you.
Yeah. I feel like on the fun thing, like my problem is that I genuinely love so much music.
Yeah, and you do.
And it's like, okay,
She has
I
great
get
taste.
down with some of the traps, the hip hops, the R&Bs, the pop musics,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but like
Did you enjoy the beef?
I loved it. But like
Same.
there's also like there have been periods of my life where I genuinely was like really into K-pop and like really emo
Yeah.
and like loved folk music
Okay.
and like I always loved dance music, but like the house that I listen to can definitely get more niche and like don't get me started on dubstep because that was his own thing entirely.
Yeah.
That is to say that there's so much music that I love that I feel like when I DJ, like I'm actually doing myself a disservice when I start to like decide that, oh, like I can't play any of these things. Like naturally, I'm probably not gonna go crazy with like anything emo out. Like I think I'd probably, if I ever did something wild like that, I'd keep it a little surface level, maybe give them a light Paramore, which I wouldn't say is emo, but you know, if the girls wanna, you know,
Just a little.
just give them a little All I Wanted Was You, like something small like that.
Yeah.
People know the song. People here like to sing.
Yeah.
People pretend, but the truth is they like to sing.
Everyone
And
loves to
if you
sing.
give them the right song to sing, they'll sing anything. Damn it.
That's
But
true.
yeah, I feel like not everything needs to be so rigid. Like at my last set, I can't remember half of what I played, but it's like I
So you
played
don't have
so
a mix?
much. Huh?
You don't have a mix.
What do you mean a mix?
Like
recorded
yeah.
or of the last set?
No, I'm saying like you don't have a mix that is just like you go to a set and like this is what you're going to play.
I go to sets and I will have like a few songs that I'll probably play, but there are random outliers for different people. And I've decided finally
Yeah.
that I'm a sexy music DJ. So when people ask me what do I play, my answer is sexy music now.
Okay.
What does that mean? Whatever you think is sexy. And that's the truth. I really am trying to give everyone what they think is sexy.
Yeah.
You can get a young Shansia. You can get some Heady One. You can get a little bit of, listen, last set, I played Michael Jackson and Justin Bieber and Tyler and Len in the same set.
That's hard.
These people are not people who even exist within the same plane of
Time frame, yeah.
You know, like
I feel you.
they're so drastically different from each other. They could be in different universes. But it's also not like one of those sets where it's like any and everything can play because I don't believe in that. There still has to be a level of musicality to it.
Yeah.
You
for
know,
sure.
I'm not trying to sound messy because then I'll feel like I'm a bad DJ and some of these people are bad and I don't want to get grouped in with them.
I went for a function recently and I think the DJ mixed Ozeba with Nokia.
Mm-hmm.
I hated it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I hated it so much. I hated it. I'm not sure if it was Ozeba, but it was a Rema song. I think it was Azaman.
Mm-hmm.
Azaman and Nokia. I hated it. Oh my god. I hated it so much. I think for me, I would like to be a DJ, but I'm a very selfish person. I don't care what you want to hear.
And you can't be a selfish DJ.
That's the issue. So I'm just gonna do it
for
it would just be a thing for my self-satisfaction. Just doing it for my I wouldn't do never say never. But like if I get all the skills right now, I would just be playing all I want. So maybe I'll just be a TikTok DJ.
That you could do.
You know? That's a lane now.
And TikTok DJs are a thing now.
Yeah, that's a lane.
I know because the party DJs shit on them. They be shitting on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely do. But there's a growing group of DJs right now who are like actually terrible, but that's not what this conversation is about. But on that, yeah. In terms of my favorite creative practice, that's probably it.
Being a DJ.
I probably have the most fun with it. It's maybe only been I think it's only been a year since I started DJing outside.
Okay.
And even though I still have wobbles, people who have like seen me at my first sets versus now, they definitely tell me they see the growth. Like I'll like actually dance a little bit at my set and like I used to just be stood straight looking down. Like the most I would do is like bop my head or like tap my foot. Now I like dance, I'll look up at the crowd, I'll like interact with people.
I love that.
Because now I can have fun.
Yeah.
You see me at Embargo. I actually get up and walk away from
shocked,
the
I'm shocked.
I actually get up and walk away from the decks as a whole.
Would you do something like a festival? Would you do a festival?
Like my own festival?
Not maybe, but like would you like if the opportunity came to like have a set on a festival, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I would do any set that came to me, truly. That's how much I love.
Can I be by the
I
deck
just love
too?
making people happy with music.
Yeah. Can I be by the deck too?
Sure.
Cool.
As long just know that you have to shake bum.
No T.
We
Look
don't
at me.
we don't do wallflowers over here.
I'm like,
Naturally, you're there to shake bum. You know what I
yeah.
mean? If you're not
Do you
gonna
know
shake bum,
something?
get
I
off
hate
stage.
real 1, 2. I hate functions that are so stiff, where everyone is so stiff. I came to have a good time. You know?
Yeah.
I came to have a good time. And I think the vibe of the DJ to a certain degree sets the pace.
Of course.
If the DJ is dancing and
No,
is
it
like
has an
going
effect.
crazy, I think a lot of people would go crazy too.
If you're somewhere where there are lots of women though, or NBs, I don't lie to you, it's actually men who don't like to dance. I remember there was a period of time where everyone was like, oh, people are so stiff these days, but like I started going to places and like looking around the room and it's like it's actually the guys who don't want to dance. Because the girls want to dance. You can tell they're itching for it. They're embarrassed. They'll be like, oh my god, I love this song. And then they'll do the 1, 2 step, get in the middle, shake some bum, shake a leg. Shake anything. Shake anything. Shake you know, like shake anything for real.
That's real.
But yeah, DJing is actually my favorite. It's also the lowest stakes as well. It's like truly, even though I beat myself up sometimes, I've come to realize that the average person can't even tell when a DJ messes up unless you like fully stop the music, you know? Which is like there are people who think they know, but like there's a lot of stuff that happens actually purely accidental, pure mistakes. If you don't show it on your face, nobody seems to know.
So you need to have that poker face down.
Yeah, mine's not down in any capacity. I'll make a face and someone could be holding a camera and I'll look directly in the camera and make a face in the camera.
Oh my god.
But you know, I think that's part of my comedy. So let's pretend that's what it is. It's all just a joke for me, actually.
Okay.
My painting is going so slowly, but
I'm done.
This can't be it. I thought you were gonna do more. I thought that was the background.
Oh.
No, I mean, you can continue. You can be done, but I thought that was your background, truly.
I don't want to, I feel like...
You don't want to ruin it?
I don't.
You know, don't be scared. That's what a lot of artists feel like. They don't want to like paint on top of something or like continue a painting or add something because they're scared it'll ruin what's already there. And like, you know, that's not real art. Art takes risks.
Isn't this beautiful?
If it was easy, it's not art.
Isn't this gorgeous, guys? Okay, let's finally go into guap.
Yes, you better keep these questions media trained.
So when did you join guap?
I joined in June last year.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you find that? Like, how did that come to you? How did you find the opportunity?
Basically, I was looking for jobs. I was applying for jobs, crying to everybody about how I'm not like these rich kids. Like, if I can't find a job in London, you know, I'm gonna be homeless or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't live around here. I don't have a house that my parents already own for me to stay in and not pay my. Oh, which one are you using?
You're good.
Related. They're all closed now. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, a couple of different people sent me this like editor role at Guap, which I didn't think that I was qualified for, frankly.
Yeah.
As a fresh uni graduate. Oh, yeah, I had just finished uni, by the way. No, I hadn't even just finished uni. I actually technically hadn't graduated yet, but I was like, I needed a job.
Yeah.
So like, put in my final project in May or something, and literally was applying for jobs straight after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like early May, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even tell you what my final project was.
What was it?
My final project was an extended article titled "From Lagos to London." Something. I can't remember the rest now.
Lagos
it was about
today,
Afrobeats. It was
London
basically
tomorrow.
about Afrobeats.
So you spoke about Wizkid?
Huh?
You speak about Wizkid?
A little bit, but actually it was catalyzed by Rema. It was catalyzed by Rema's concert and how like he did the whole like bat thing and like
I'm gonna use some of your paint.
And how people were just saying that it was exactly all that jazz. So it was catalyzed by that, and then it was sort of talking about the evolution of Afrobeats, its reception in the West, how there's now a disconnect between the diaspora and people on the mainland, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah, that was my final project. I just felt like you'd like it. That
I
was what
would
it was
send it to
about.
me.
I will do. It is from a very Nigerian lens because, truth be told, you had to have a target audience and publication, and I just felt like it was easier for my non-African teachers to just deal with a single country than to be explaining to them that actually,
It's more
Ghana
than
has played a
this.
role, this country has played a role, that country has played a role.
Just keep it simple.
Exactly. So, for argument's sake, let's say Afrobeats came solely from Nigeria and that nobody else, no other influences had any impact.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I was looking for a job. People had sent me this editor role, and like a number of people had sent me it, and I was like, listen, I don't feel qualified for this, but let me just apply
Yeah.
because I'm grateful that they're sharing these things with me. And like I just feel like it's a little bit wrong if I just don't even give it a try, just
Yeah.
because this number of people has sent it.
Well, that must have been like, at this point, it's like, let me do it for the people.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it for me for real. I also prior to that had applied to like work with Guap and write with Guap so many times. I had applied for the Original Creators Network with Adidas so many times. I mean, I wouldn't even say been rejected because a lot of the time in these scenarios you don't even hear back. To be frank, it just comes out that, oh, the thing is continued now, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I didn't get on. But yeah, I'd applied so many times, so I genuinely didn't think anything was gonna come of it. And then I got an email like, "Hey, Kemi, we saw your application. We actually have another role going that we haven't advertised that we think you'd be better for,"
Oh.
which was the social lead role. And so I was like, okay. I had like 3 tasks to do. I think I did the 3 tasks in less than a day, and had a couple of interviews. One of which I felt went very well. The other one I was like, oh, I don't know if this has gone very well. But keep a long story short, they liked me. I think they were very interested by the fact that I had produced my own book.
Yeah. That was it.
And I started in June. Oh my God. I started in June. That's pretty much it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, to be fair, I will say to people all the time, be doing the things that you do for real. I understand that it's difficult to necessarily like be shadowing on set for like a Nike campaign, but any small thing that you can do, just do the thing for
Yeah,
real.
just do the thing.
Don't wait. Don't delay. Do it now, because having that tangible evidence of what you can do is something that people really appreciate. And it's also nice to have it yourself. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I don't like getting to post the things that I've done, but I only like to post them because I've done them.
Yeah. That's real.
A campaign that I worked on, a campaign that I created, not campaign, an editorial that I creative directed and produced last year. A girl basically like painted one of the pictures from it.
That's cool.
So I included it in my dump. I just thought that's so cute. Like,
Let me see.
this was the picture in question.
Yeah.
Ah!
Is it the pretty girls wear grills? Is that the
Girls are for the girlies.
Girls are for the girlies.
Yes.
I heard pretty girls wear
This is the painting that the girl did.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to send that to me as well.
It's great.
It's great.
It's great. But yeah, I mean, that's how that came about, really and truly. Obviously, there's like other stuff to it, to the job. Like, I do have a cultural awareness. I am slightly tapped in. I can argue that I'm part of certain communities that like the publication definitely is interested in targeting.
Yeah.
I have the perspective that they were looking for.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it came about, really. I applied for a job that I knew I wasn't going to get. I didn't get that job. I ended up getting a different one.
Fair enough. And you've been able to write a bit for them. Going back to Leon Thomas. How was that experience, man? Because I don't know how I would have, I mean, I know I would have been collected, but I would have just been bringing up Victorious too many times.
No, I literally had to stop myself. I can tell from like the run that he's been on that talking about Victorious
Was not it.
Yeah.
Was not needed. Honestly, I felt that too. I felt like this is a new, like, this is a mark of a very new era for him.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't have been needed. But I would have, like, even if it was off camera, I would have just been like, talk to me about everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean.
How was it seeing like someone is this the biggest person you have
For sure.
written for?
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Well, what did that feel like for you in your own career?
You know,
Remove him from the equation.
For me?
Yeah, how was that for you?
I mean, it's nice. It's
Yeah.
a great feeling. He's obviously, we coordinated a collab with the Post, so there's a post on his own page where my name is at the top of the credits list.
That's great.
Which feels nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I did that shit.
Does it feel like a marker? Because I was talking to someone recently and it's like wanting to have that switch from I want to do this to I'm actually doing this.
What does it feel like? A marker of success?
Yeah, what does it feel like regarding?
You know what, actually?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm a little bit pedantic and unnecessarily specific about certain things.
Yeah.
While he's the biggest person that I've interviewed, it doesn't necessarily feel like a marker for success. I don't know why. Maybe it's the publication. Maybe it's the fact that it's like interview based.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's important to me, but I think the feature that I did for the basement last year, felt like a moment for me. I felt like they saw me. You know, like that work basically came off the back of like a DM story reply from the sub editor. She told me to send over some work. I sent over some work. She wanted to work with me. There's no way I was the only person who DM'd her. Do you know what I mean? She has no idea who I am. I feel like, okay, I've written some, but I don't feel like I've publicized most of what I've written before. And that whole experience was just like very organized, really streamlined.
Yeah.
You know, we had feedback sessions, sort of went back and forth with me on certain things. Like I said, it was from her that I realized it's actually okay to insert my physical presence into
an interview,
my writing.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big thing. I think also another marker of success for me was the Gliders cover. My first go-up cover.
Yeah.
Especially having grown up in Ireland.
Yeah. Getting
to go shoot there. Hey, that pigeon was ready to knock your phone over.
Girl.
What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Yeah. Getting to go to Ireland, meeting those guys. I mean, I had like gone to Dublin back and forth a couple of times, met them. So it was already like a relationship was building between us, getting to interview them, write that article, you know. It wasn't about my perspective, but from my perspective as someone who grew up in Ireland, left, always kind of felt like it's a beautiful country, but there isn't anything there for me in terms of longevity. I never felt like this is my place.
Yeah.
And to see them making do with that is both inspiring and a full circle moment for me. But maybe the Leon Thomas cover hasn't set in fully yet.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, watching somebody on TV, then going on to listen to their music, and then having them sat in front of you. He himself, he's an inspiring guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know, one thing I learned so much from the interview was that he came from a family of like,
I didn't know
musicians. I didn't know that was a thing. That was a very...
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And it shocked me too.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, like,
so this is
you're
in you.
Not new to this.
Yeah,
like,
this
you're
is in
very
you.
true to this.
Yeah.
Very, very true to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have had to hold myself. I'd have just been like...
I thought I was going to be way more nervous than I was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was also my disposition. Like, I definitely... Where I was at mentally that day and have been generally is like... I don't have time to fangirl over people. I'm so sorry. Like, let's get in and get out. At the end of the day, we're here to work.
We're here to work.
And I'm capable of coming in and out of that work mode.
Yeah.
So
I hear that.
it's like, well, I'm here to work and he's here to work too. So what am I nervous for? He's actually here to answer my questions and I'm here to ask them.
Like, that is why he's here.
Exactly.
That is why he's here.
That's what we're all here
That's
for.
what
Nobody's
we're all
here to do
for.
fun time and this thing that we're doing just happens to be like a little offside. Like,
Yeah.
no, like this is all official business.
This is business.
It's official business. Reps from Universal Music are here. His management is here. Like we're not here to play games. So
yeah. Did you have like, because obviously you said like you're able to zone in and out.
yeah.
But did you have like you said, like the reps were there? Did you have anxiety about seeing the whole industry represented by this person in your presence? Like,
I didn't know they were gonna be there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was just imagining it would go like all my previous interviews in the past have, where like there's like maximum one other person there, to be honest with you.
yeah.
So I definitely found it nerve-wracking, especially that it happened on camera as well. I was also mic'd up. I was like, oh, I didn't know we were doing like whole camera crew. This, like, my interviews tend to be very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
My first few interviews, I went out and did them by myself. I met the person, did them by myself. They were very intimate. They were also very long, but it's like by the end of it, you feel like you're friends with the person. And I don't think that's me giving myself this like false sense of security. Like people would tell me like that's one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Yeah.
I felt so comfortable. The conversation flowed. I feel like I treat my interviewing almost like a host treats their hosting. It's like there's so much more to it than just asking these questions. You need to build a relationship with people and for them to be comfortable with you, for them to be able to convey their thoughts in an authentic and raw way.
Yeah.
And trust that you're not going to like take the things that they say that could easily be misinterpreted and run with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
do you feel that way here? Like
that
right
what?
now?
That I feel like you might twist what I'm saying, or
not twist what you're saying, like the whole thing about, you know, feeling safe to like and feeling comfortable having a general conversation.
Oh, absolutely. But you know,
Yeah.
I fear nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever come and backlash me. I already have enemies. I already have people who don't like me.
I wasn't even talking in the context of fear. I wasn't talking in the context of like fear of being like misconstrued.
Just comfort.
Yeah, just
this
comfort,
is definitely
period.
comfortable. Also, the concept is great. You know, and we're painting and we're in a park. Like it's great.
It's fun.
It's calming.
Yeah.
My inner child is being released through arts. It's great. This is what I believe in. This is everything that I stand for. Is allowing people to just do things.
Yeah.
With no stakes, you know?
No stakes.
But yeah, it was all of those people being there. It's probably the most nerve-wracking interview I've been in. Not because I was nervous or because, I might not ask the right question. In fact, the first question, I actually didn't ask it properly.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that, like, I was now on a time crunch. Like, we have a certain amount of time for this. Everybody in the room is silent. Everyone's watching us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, this isn't quiet and intimate. I thought him and I were going to have, like, a little aside moment.
Yeah.
There's so much commotion going on, so much hustle and bustle.
Yeah, and honestly, it was obvious in how you wrote the story.
That's how I felt.
As I
ignored the commotion around me, because that's what it was. It was commotion. You know,
I love that.
People were running around as if we were on like a proper like TV filming set or something. Like we're about to make the next blockbuster hit of the year. Like we're actually just here to do an interview, guys. Relax. Honestly, I did feel at points I felt like we're doing too much. But you know what? That's when I had to zone in and be like, actually, my only job here is to be the journalist. And so that's what I started doing.
Other thing is secondary.
Usually with these sorts of things, like naturally I'm a collaborative person and I like to be helpful.
Yeah.
And not look like I'm just like freeloading.
Yeah.
So like, I'll usually be like, oh, can I help with this? Oh, can I help with that? You know, there were points in time where they were filming the first part of the video where I was like in the room. I realized like I don't need to be here. I just went and did work. And when it's time for me, you guys can call me. Yeah, you know?
Okay, like the bed part when he was...
Yeah, like to begin with, I was in the room. No, then I was like, I'm actually just standing here watching and like, I'm not interested in ogling at him as he acts this part, basically. Like, I don't need to be here. I'm not the creative director, I'm not the producer, and I'm a fan, but like not in this way.
Yeah.
Know? My fandom doesn't stretch this far. Like I'd go to a show, but I don't need to watch the behind the scenes of you creating this thing. Live-o. So, yeah, it was a lot, but I just zoned in. I was like, listen, I'm the interviewer at the end of the day. If
Let me go
anyone
do
has a
my thing.
problem, I don't care actually.
Yeah.
I'm writing this piece. I'm the journalist. I command a sense of authority, and although you can be in situations where
Hey. What the heck?
and for why, I don't know. Anyway, I know in these onset situations it's very easy to like start to allow a sense of imposter syndrome to set in.
Yeah. Very
But
easy.
thankfully, listen, I'm not saying I'm pro in any capacity, but when it comes specifically to journalism,
That's your thing.
in maybe there are certain rooms where I still may feel like an imposter, but I didn't feel like one in that room.
Yeah.
If I was creative directing for like a massive brand, yeah, I probably would. If it was my first time, without a doubt, I
Yeah.
definitely would. But for this, I was okay.
Fair enough.
This was one of the first times I didn't let the imposter syndrome sit in. I did the thing, and I left.
That's great.
I didn't even get any pictures, which I'm not happy about, but
You didn't get pictures of him.
we'll leave that. Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't get any pictures, but it's fine. I'm not going to complain. Not
It is
gonna
what it
complain. It
is.
is what it is, isn't it? It
Yeah.
was a monumental moment for me, but you know what? There will be other monumental moments.
Yeah. Did you watch that interview where Summer Walker, they asked her if she was ecstatic and everything? She was like, yeah.
She was like, yeah.
I'm so excited right now. That's your vibe. It's very much like, even if you interviewed Michael Jackson, it would be very much, yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was great. That was
You know what it
fantastic.
is? People always say that, like, oh, I'm so nonchalant and
Yeah.
or like, oh, like you're so chill, like
I
you
feel
don't care
like-
about anything.
I feel like you're a poster child for just the chill guy. You know what I mean?
You know what?
You're
I
the
feel like
poster.
I do feel like I'm definitely like a chill guy, but I also do think like sometimes I think that all the like being genuinely loud and like sassy and like how I was saying like when I was like much younger,
Yeah.
just playing a character who wasn't actually me, I do feel that somehow that drained my energy in a way. And one day I was like, I need to better preserve my energy because I would get home and it's like I would get home and like literally take a mask off my face and put it down and be like,
Ah.
and it's like you can't live like that, Like I definitely still get excited and like yell and get silly, but
You're generally just
my energy is actually important to me because I hate coming home and feeling like
You've put
tired
on a
but not
show for
not in the
whole
fun
day.
way. Exactly. I love those days when you go out and it's like you get home, you're like, oh my god, that was such an amazing day. I could literally go and I could do it again right now. We can run it back.
Let's do it back right now. Yeah.
Yeah, like I really hate exhaustion. I really hate being exhausted by things. It makes me feel once again it makes me feel like I'm giving my energy in the wrong places, and I can't blame anyone for that other than me.
I used to feel like that as well. I used to feel like I was like putting on like being me times 10. That's the way I describe it. Being me times 10. And like it got to a point where it was just like, am I performing? Or am I really this loud?
Yeah.
And ever since I had that conversation with myself, I'm not as loud, but I'm still a very vibrant person.
Yeah.
But like people that know me from prior would be like, oh, when did you get this quiet? I'm not quiet right now, but it's like compared to what I used to be before.
No, yeah.
It was definitely
I felt like a clown. Like looking
Same.
back,
Kemi.
there are so many scenarios where like I thought like I was like shucking and jiving to fit in with certain groups of people, especially in Ireland and like when I first moved here. And it's like looking back, like these people weren't even laughing with me. Like they weren't my friends at the end of the day. I don't know why I was shucking and jiving and posturing to try and look cool to them. Because like they didn't even like me that much, for real.
You clocked me so bad.
And I didn't like who I was either.
I felt like a clown. There was a time I felt like I was imagining like the whole white paint on I felt like a clown. Like a character, a caricature.
Yeah.
And now I'm still like figuring out who I am, but I know what I'm not. And to tell you for sure, I'm not a fucking clown.
Exactly.
Shit. But yeah, I don't like asking this question because I hate answering it now. But like, I feel like it's a good question.
Ask away.
What do you feel like? What would ideal Kemi be doing?
That's a horrible question. That's a horrible question.
Oh,
I have no idea. There's so many things I'd like to be doing. I'd like to be full-time freelance. I'd like to be able to go on sabbaticals.
honestly,
I'd be traveling a lot more.
same. I want to travel, man. I want to travel. I want to go Amsterdam this year.
Go.
Okay.
It's expensive to stay, but it's cheap to get there.
We'll just be in and out.
Anyway, the good thing about mainland Europe is hostel culture.
Hostel. Oh.
We're not big on that here, but they have it. No, listen, you're making that face, but it's like being surrounded by other poor young people. It's also it's a vibe. It's a community. You know what I mean? It's a community.
Is it tidy?
I don't know. I've never been.
So what?
I've never been. But what I'm saying is you can. I'm saying it's an option.
Yeah, you can do that. That would be fantastic.
I think it depends on the kind you go to. Like there's some that are like
I
specifically.
thought you were talking from experience. I was like, okay.
No. I just know they exist.
You are hilarious for that.
I'm offering you options.
Girl, please. I want to go. I want to travel. I want to be able to take sabbaticals too. I want to be able to choose creative, like obviously now to a certain degree you get to choose.
Nah, but like I definitely want to live my life as someone who like lives by project.
Yeah. But I want to choose from a place of abundance, not because that would be a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to choose from an opportunity.
You want to create for the sake of creating.
Just for creation's sake, for creative sake, you know.
Taking chances on things.
Yeah.
Just coming up with ideas for things in collaboration with people.
Yeah. Just doing cool shit with people.
And getting to and having the resources to be able to execute them well.
To the standard, yeah. Yeah. To the standard. That's the goal. That's definitely the goal for me.
I hear you. So how was your production thing?
Producing that cover?
Yeah.
Honestly, I produced it in November, like I said, and that has been one of the most affirming. I haven't done much in my career, but
listen, we're young here. You know?
I mean, yes, we are young, but like I feel like it was so affirming for me because I've had like the inkling to do it. I've known but like there was no evidence. So this is like there is evidence, you know. Everything about that shoot from I was on the creative team. We're picking visions, you know. I put out most of the ideas, but I think most of us arrived there together because we had already been talking about what the music is like and how we wanted to make the music, the vision, how we wanted to make it look. So we arrived there together, but when we got to the place, you know, it was me in charge. I needed to make sure everything went smoothly, and then working with that model, Nyadula, she is outstanding. Like, I've never worked for anyone that's like worked for a brand as big as, you know, Mugler and, you know, Alaya, and like she does big things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So working with someone in that capacity is like, wow, this is great. Like I can actually do this.
Yeah.
You know, I do like being in front of the camera, but I like being behind the camera just as much. So I'm excited to see what I do next. I'm excited to see other opportunities I get my hands on now that I've done this one.
Yeah.
So shout out Wack and Mo for putting me on that.
This is such a random thing about Wack and Mo. I don't even know if we should keep this in the video, but I'll let you decide.
Yeah.
But like back during like lockdown times, this was back when I was really in my fashion bag. But like
you
it was
know
different.
them.
I was in my high fashion bag.
You know them.
Not anyway, let me tell you the story.
Yeah.
So there's like obviously there are like different sets of Twitter. You know, there's Black Twitter, there's K-pop Twitter. I was part of high fashion Twitter, and I was part of specifically Black high fashion Twitter. Be having conversations on there, taking things in, like dissecting shows, whatever. I don't know how it came about, but basically I ended up in this one big group chat on Twitter. And then this was like circa 2020.
Yeah.
Maybe 2019 even. And then like somehow we ended up moving the group chat to WhatsApp, and like they were both in there. And like for a spell, I didn't actually know that they were twins.
They're identical.
No, because one of them most spoke way more.
Okay.
So it's like, what's really going on here? Then I saw them on Instagram one time and I was like, oh my god, these are the guys in the group chat. And they live in Canada. Like, mind you, everyone lives in different places, so they were in Canada at the time.
Yeah.
I'm so sure there was a babe in South Africa. And then there were like Americans, and then there were like British people as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. We're actually all from all over the place just talking about absolute nonsense. I remember one time we had an argument about Virgil Abloh.
Mm.
And this one guy really changed my perspective because he basically told me that I was being too harsh on like black creatives. And that like, I'm like, no, I hold them to a higher standard. Like, I don't expect anything from these other, you know, these other white heritage designers because it's like they turn out the same thing all the time. And that's when I decided that black mediocrity is not only okay, it's what we should strive for.
Mm.
In the same capacity that everyone else is entitled to mediocrity, we too
Black
should.
excellence is stressing.
Abolish
Stressful.
black excellence. Abolish it.
I feel like
Abolish it today. Today and now.
black excellence is.
It holds us back.
I want to be excellent. Don't get it twisted. But it's like
it's not. I don't think it should
not
be a standard
everyone should
for everyone
strive
to
for
live and
excellence.
exist by.
Yeah.
People should be allowed to be successful and not be the most excellent in the world because everyone else is doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got people who like their whole thing is literally like copying something that already exists and is like existing in tandem with it. It's not like a thing that existed at a time. It's like right here and now. And those people are successful. So, you know, why can't black people just like be allowed to find their footing? That's where I went wrong. And that guy was right. Can't remember his name, but shout out him.
Does the group chat still exist?
The group chat still exists, but nobody talks in there anymore. It's been years since anyone talked in there. Then I randomly went to this event that was hosted by Kazim Ktei, who is the founder of New Currency magazine in Toronto.
Okay.
And he basically was doing a book launch. Oh, with this guy whose name is now, I can't think of his name. But this guy basically went back to Nigeria. He's a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
He was launching his photo book, beautiful. They also had done a film, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And whack him over there. And I was like, oh my god, I'm seeing them in real life. They're actually quite tall. They just fell short. But they're not.
You went to Canada?
No. It was here. It was here. It was here.
This year?
Yeah. No. It was last year.
Last year. I went to high school with them.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't really remember it. Like, I know they were there, but I don't remember. Like,
are they not older than you?
They are older than me. I'm 21.
They're older than me too, I'm sure.
Probably. I don't know how old they are.
I think so. I think I was like the youngest in that group chat.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I knew them from high school, but like, I just knew them. Mm-hmm. I didn't know them.
Yeah.
But like with this EP, we've been working on it for like over a year. Working on how we wanted to deliver it to the world.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing that since, well, not over a year. We've been doing it since June, I believe. June, July, or August. I can't remember. One of those months. We started working and talking. We did the cover in November. Mm-hmm. And the music is out. Oh, the single "Deserve Me" is out tomorrow. Well, this will be out probably way after that. And the EP will be out. So what do you guys think about it? So yeah, like, they're so cool. I really fuck with them.
That's so nice. So how did that come about?
Them asking me to join the creative team for that project.
How did they know you were here?
In the UK.
Yeah. Like, what made them ask you? Like,
I was already doing radio. So I think Mo reached out to me at the time to like, because I was interviewing people randomly. They were just like, hey, if you want me to interview you, text me. And he texted me. And at the time, it was like, I was just following them. I didn't know they were following me back. And obviously, they had done the Gucci thing. So they were like really far in comparison to like, not comparison, but like, I just felt like, you know, they had gone in to do their thing. So like, when it was like, oh, hey, I want to be on your radio thing. I'm like, huh? That's crazy. You guys are like doing all these big things and you want to be on my show? That's crazy. It didn't work out because of like scheduling conflicts. But like they knew that I was doing a lot of like things creatively. I was talking about music a lot at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's where it sparked the idea that I would be able to deliver a creative visual
Mm.
for an EP, because
Mm.
I talk about music all the time. I still have love for music, but like I'm in a time in my life now where I listen to foreign music more than I listen to Nigerian music.
Okay.
I've always been like a Nigerian Afrobeat. You know how I get down. But
We
now,
know.
but I think since after the Kendrick beef, I've really been on R&B, not even rap. Period. I listen to rap more now, but like R&B has really been something I've been digesting a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say, because I stopped making content about African music for a while because it just started feeling,
Stale?
not even that. I just felt like I didn't want to. I don't know. I just felt like I didn't want to talk about it.
Fairs.
Do you know what I mean? I just didn't feel like it.
You weren't feeling the vibes.
I wasn't feeling. I just didn't feel like it. I felt like I was forcing myself to talk about it. I mean, I knew this stuff. I like talking about it, but like in this short form content, TikTok digestible way, I didn't like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I preferred when I spoke about music on radio, and when I was on radio, I did. I won't shout out the station right now because I'll just exit out. Hoxton Radio, and
Mm-hmm.
like the most current.
Are you guys beefing
No,
or
we're not beefing, but like the way I left, I told them I'll be back next week, and I just never came back. Like,
why?
and I didn't communicate properly because I'm terrible at it.
Why?
I just didn't.
Would you go back?
Maybe, but like here's the thing.
If you go back, you know you have to lie about being ill.
Yeah, but like I think they follow me, so anyways,
Oh.
the thing was I'm just terrible at communicating. I just couldn't say, hey, I'm gonna take some time off now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I couldn't do that. But why I stopped going was because their most current Wizkid song was One Dance.
Oh.
So for me it was like, what am I doing here? You know, it didn't feel
One
like,
Dance isn't even a Wizkid song. That's so
thank
dark.
you.
That's
So
so
it didn't
dark.
feel, it was like, well, not even most current. That was the only Wizkid song they had. So it didn't feel natural to me, always
Yeah.
talking about white people music.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Jackson. I mean, I love Michael Jackson's music, but it's like,
Why are we talking
why
about
are we talking about it every show? You know?
Yeah.
So for me, it just like, it wasn't the pathway for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've tried so many. I've tried to get on Represent.
Mm-hmm.
Twice now. They've said nothing.
Who? How have you emailed? Have you been sending cold emails?
Yeah.
I think I know someone who works there. I'm sending you her Instagram.
Okay, so like, Represent. Because I have
I
this
might know
thing.
2 people or 3.
Okay, that's great. Let me know them because I have this feeling to go back to radio because I know what I want to do on radio. I like to do, they do it more on Apple Radio, and that's why I want to get to Apple Radio because it's like it's curated.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about something specific as opposed to like, oh my gosh, guys, the sun is shining real bright right now.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play this tune.
Yeah.
I'll get back now. I want to talk about real shit. You know,
Yeah.
I want to talk about music. I want to talk with artists about their music. I want to.
Okay, I'm done now.
You're done. You guys, we have to sign it. We have to sign it.
I have to sign my thing after you seize it from me.
So yeah, I'm having this desire to go back into radio, trying to figure out how. But I know that what I want to do is like curated. I want to talk about specific things as opposed to
Any and
a
everything.
cinema near you.
Yeah.
You can watch this movies right now.
Very like surface level stuff.
I don't want to do commercial radio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do commercial radio. But like, I mean, Apple is commercial, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, that was how we started knowing of ourselves as adults. That's whack and roll. And then they knew that I spoke about music a lot, and they were like, "Hey, we're doing this thing. Would you be down?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be down." And week after week, we were dissecting the album, the EP, trying to figure out what colors we want to kind of convey the story. It was such a beautiful experience, and it taught me something about patience and about like the music industry because this music has been out for over a year and it's just coming out. Like all the protocols you need to pass through before like I didn't know most of that stuff.
Mm.
Now I know. So It was great. It's a great experience.
Mine kind of looks like scales, fish scales.
I like it, and mine looks like the depths of the ocean,
Mm.
or whatever you want to interpret it as. Can I use it? Thank you. So I hope like OT official switching event. Thank you. Thank you for letting me keep it. Because I need the collection, babe.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. This is Kemi's. I'm gonna stack it. Don't you even want a K-Star original? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? All right, guys. Her social media and her everything will be in the description. So yeah, this is Kemi, the coolest girl on the planet, the chillest girl on the planet.
Don't feel forced to follow me
Follow her.
in this life. Social media is not. That's coming as someone who's actually a social media professional.
She's not real. Like she's not. Like I tell you, she's not real. Like you know, you're not real. Like you're a figment of my imagination.
I'm so funny, man. People will be like, you know, I'm really interested in journalism. I'll be like, if you ever want to make money in this life, joke.
You're hilarious. All right, guys.
Truly.
See you on the next one. Bye.